It has been about 9 months since the pandemic pulled Clark County School District students out of class. This morning, CCSD and its biggest teachers union announced a tentative plan to bring some children back to campus. Hector Mejia is live outside district headquarters this afternoon with what they discussed. Hector?
Hey there, John. This is a major development. It gives us an idea of how it's all going to play out. Well, under the plan, CCSD schools will reopen incrementally, with the younger students being the first returning to campus. However, there is no reopening date or even a timeline to reopen. And let's go over some main takeaways from the earlier meeting today. This is, as you mentioned, a tentative agreement between the Clark County School District and the Clark County Education Association. At this point, students in grades pre-K through 3rd would be first to return to face-to-face instruction. Superintendent Dr. Jesus Jara said that's because their team feels the younger students need social interaction the most right now. Under the plan, parents and teachers will have the option to return, plus mandatory monthly testing for teachers for COVID-19, PPE, and COVID symptom screenings, contact tracing, which will be helpful in the event of an outbreak on campus. Science and medical officials will be the ones to determine when the schools can reopen. I asked the superintendent if there's a threshold that must be reached for them to go ahead and make a decision to reopen, and here's what he said.
We're not only looking at the COVID positivity, we're also looking at our mental health of our children and our staff. We're looking at child abuse. We're looking at multiple aspects.
There is no successful path in this country to reopen these schools under this pandemic. It is really a trial and error process. Given that, we have been following the 8 largest school districts and how they proceeded.
That was CCEA Executive Director John Villardita, who believes the agreement makes sense because he said it's an incremental approach. He says it allows staff and parents to see how reopening on a limited basis with only certain grades would work at a time when the pandemic transmission rate is rising. And again, this is just a plan at this time. The Clark County School Board of Trustees are scheduled to go over it and review it on January 14th. And again, still no date for when schools could reopen. Reporting live outside CCSD headquarters, Hector Mejia, 8 News Now.